What if I told you that this gentleman is a elementary school principal in Oklahoma, and there's more? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about an Oklahoma City elementary school hiring a drag queen to be their principal. Now, this is ridiculous for quite a few reasons, because there's one big detail that I've not exposed as of yet. But first things first, you saw the person. I showed this person at the very beginning. This is the Facebook post, I suppose, from this person. I think this person goes by the name of Chantel Mandalay, but the real name is something else. I think it's Shane Mormon or something. We're going to get to that actual real name in a minute. But that's the individual right there. Now, would you want that person to be your child's elementary school teacher? Now, some are going to say, well, hey, ABO, you know, he's a drag queen. He dresses up just for the show. And then when he goes to school, he's regular. He's not going to bring the outside world to the school. Is that the case? Now, there's more details we're going to get into. And if you want to read anything, if you want to see anything that I'm going to place on the screen, the link will always be in the description box. If you're on IG, please visit the link in the bio and go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Walters called the situation surrounding a Metro principal who reportedly moonlights as a drag queen unacceptable. This in a video he just posted online today. Well, we dug into the social media posts that got the Western Heights community talking, and we can now confirm more new information tonight. Fox 25's Tom Ferguson joins us live with these new details for us. Tom?
Yeah, well, Wendy, we can confirm that the principal of John Glenn Elementary is a drag queen who read during a story hour at a Metro library a couple years ago. So not only is he a drag queen, but he also did a drag queen story time. See, we're getting closer to the detail that I'm going to reveal. You may remember just yesterday, we confirmed reports that he faced child pornography charges 20 years ago in a case.
So you heard that, right? So must I repeat it? He faced CP charges 20 years ago. Now, ultimately, he beat the charges, but check it out. If somebody had that kind of charge on their back, you got to ask yourself, how did that come about? And why is this person in a position to be able to have close access to your very small children? We're not talking about college, high school, middle school, elementary school. We're talking about kids aged 5 to 10. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't want somebody that is a drag queen with that kind of history around my children. I just wouldn't want it, because it's a little bit too close for comfort for me, but let's keep on going.
Case that was eventually dismissed.
This is completely unacceptable. We know that radical gender theory has been a direct assault on our kids.
So this is Superintendent Ryan Walters. He's a state superintendent.
And we can't allow this in our schools.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters sharing his thoughts online after a post from the account Libs of TikTok brought the situation to widespread attention.
So the guy's name is Shane Mernon. I think I called him Shane Mormon. I don't want to shout out to the LDS. Shane Mernon, that's his name.
Here's a look at a video the Metro Library posted of now John Glenn principal Shane Mernon reading children's books as Chantel Mandalay.
Him being a drag queen, like, that doesn't bother me, but I've seen going around that not only is he a drag queen, but he dresses in drag and reads children's books to children about gender.
That John Glenn parent telling us she plans to take her kids out of the school if Mernon stays, given recent revelations.
Well, that's concerning, because I feel like he might press, you know, some unwanted thoughts onto our children.
Our schools have to do a better job of ensuring their hiring process ensures that their personnel match Oklahoma values.
We made repeated requests to Walters' office to clarify how the state superintendent will respond. Will he push for Mernon's resignation or teaching license to be revoked after officials said he renewed it in April, for example? We're also...
Now, let's pause for a minute. What needs to happen is the guy needs to go, if you ask me. The guy needs to go. But on what grounds are they going to get him out? Because of the allegation in the background with the CP that ultimately was dismissed. I think the reason why they said it was dismissed is because there were some pictures, but they couldn't necessarily prove that the people in the pictures were underage. All right. But how are you going to get him out of there? He shouldn't be there. For me, if I had any children and my children went there, I would think it's a risk. I would not want my kids to be in that environment. But the question is, again, how are they going to accomplish this goal?
Also asking if he has any more to say about other instances of parents expressing concern for student safety in Oklahoma schools. As we've reported, parents have said the football coaches at Kingfisher and Ringling schools abused their kids. A spokesman referred us back to the video in a statement from Thursday that said, in part, OSDE is looking into all accusations and will take any necessary action to protect children.
We will not allow it. This will stop.
But neither the video nor the statement addressed the concerns over Kingfisher or Ringling.
Let's pause for a minute. So the football staff were abusing the children. So if the football staff were abusing the children and that was a whole big scandal, and now you have somebody who is accused of having CP 20 years ago, and this person is a drag queen, and they're doing drag queen story time, obviously this person has... They have the ability, there's a risk of this person going out there and abusing kids. And if children do wind up abused, or if there are any children currently being abused by this person and nobody does anything proactively, now we got a big problem. Because you saw all the signs, you had previous incidents. Are you running into a child trafficking ring in the school? Are you guys all part of it? What's going on?
And we also learned today from the Payne County District Attorney's Office that the judge in that child pornography case dismissed it over a lack of probable cause. You'll be able to read more about those charges on OKCFox.com. There will also have the full video and statement from Walters. Reporting live in Oklahoma City.
So there we go. Oklahoma City. You know, one thing about all this stuff, the drag queen story time, drag queens as principals, children being abused all over the place. It's not just in your liberal city. That you got to just throw that away. You can't just say, oh, well, I live in Podonkville, USA. It won't get to my small town. It won't get to my nice, tight-knit community. It's everywhere. This is Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. I covered a story of something like this in Wyoming. Well, remember the sorority where they had a biological 6'2", 200-something pound male joining? This was Wyoming. A small place that couldn't really be no more red has that going on. Now, there's an article here. I'm just going to skim through it right quick so you're able to kind of see what's going on. And, of course, everything, again, will be in the description. This is Washington Examiner, and it says, school district urged to fire drag queen principal with history of CP charges. Now, again, I can't say the person got locked up for CP or whatever, but why would somebody be charged with a thing like that or even investigated? What was the prompt? And then you're doing drag queen story time. That's not really that much of a far stretch away from the CP. Anyway, an Oklahoma school district is facing growing pressure to fire the drag queen it hired to be an elementary school principal. Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters had called on the Western Heights School District to immediately terminate John Glenn Elementary School Principal Shane Mernon, who performs in drag as Chantel Mandalay. Like I said in the beginning, that's probably the guy's stage name when I showed that Facebook post. And I think in that post, the guy was like, I'll show up like this to church. Remember this? All right. Or somebody said that, but it wasn't necessarily him. All right. Let's keep on going here with the article. And this individual is not fit to lead a school district. Obviously, that's that person right there. How is that person going to be an elementary school principal? Clearly, your child is at risk. All right. So let's read some of this right here. Mernon's activity in drag includes reading to children during Pride Month through the Metropolitan Library System and maintaining a social media presence as Chantel Mandalay. Mernon also faced charges for CP in the early 2000s. The charges were purportedly dismissed due to the fact that personnel in the images under question could not be proven to be under 18. Integrating gender ideology with K through 12 education is part of the left's plan. So this is the individual right here. So yeah, I don't think that person is fit to be a principal at an elementary school. But as I close, I want to say this. I think this has been the big commercial for homeschooling children, I suppose, because you're not going to deal with all this ridiculousness. I mean, even I think they said what the football team had some issues with the kids. Now you got the school principal, and of course the teachers are acting the fool all over the place, not just in your Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., New York City, Chicago, Illinois, San Francisco, California, San Diego, California, but all over the country. In your small town, this can happen. So my message to parents is please be vigilant, be aware of who is around your kids in the school system and everywhere else. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on this individual, Shane Mernon, being a elementary school principal? Is it a good thing, bad thing? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is obviously dangerous for the children. I'm not saying that everyone who is a drag performer is going to abuse children, but I mean, there were some charges in the early 2000s. Now, I know it was dismissed, but I mean, come on. There's some suspicion here. And if there was already some scandal with the children being abused in the school district, you might want to be hyper vigilant. Come on, like let's just put 2 and 2 together and get 4 here. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.